Like I've told you guys stories before, even that story of that woman that recently in the mall called me homeless to my face. I'm like not the kind of guy that's going to be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Right? Like that's not my reaction. I'm going to be like, oh no, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Why'd she call you homeless? Oh God. Do we even need to go in? Do I need to tell that story again? Okay, I'll tell it very quickly. I told it the other day on stream. So for those of you who haven't heard the story, I went to get my car serviced maybe about a week and a half ago. And usually the place I go to takes a really long time. I don't put up too much of a stink though because it gets done for free. I go right to an actual Tesla dealership and they had given me an estimate and said it was only going to take about 2 hours, but I knew it was going to take longer than that. So I brought my laptop, I brought my phone, some work that I could do because there's a mall that's directly across the street from this service center. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll drop off my car. I can go to the mall and then just get some work done and kind of chill and hang out, walk around the mall. So that's what I did. I ended up being at the mall for 7 hours, by the way. So I'm in the mall, I'm all done with my work, and I'm sitting in this chair in like a common area space, and I'm pretty tired because I had to wake up earlier than I usually do in order to get to this appointment because it's an hour away, but I didn't go to bed earlier. So I probably only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I'm at the mall, I'm sitting in this chair, and I'm kind of lounging like a little like this. And I've got my phone in one hand and I've got a baseball hat on. I've got over-the-ear headphones very similar to these. And I'm watching stuff on my phone. And I don't think I fell asleep, but maybe I was nodding a little bit just because I was really tired. And this woman who was kind of near me in the common area comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder and goes, hey, is everything all right? And I'm thinking that she's like seeing me nod off and is like, just making sure I'm okay. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. No, I'm really tired. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. And she goes, oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you're okay because I saw your shoes. Now you guys don't know, but I wear these old like Adidas Clouds that I've had for like 4 years that have holes in the top of them because I used to wear shoes without socks. And so you wear those enough and you run and you do stuff and like your toe kind of will like eventually like break through a little bit. So my toe isn't sticking out, but there's a little hole in the top of the shoes. So they look worn, right? But I really like the shoes. I'm not big on shoes. I don't really give a shit. I'm not going to get a new pair of shoes. People give me shit all the time that I should get a new pair of shoes, but I love them. They're so comfortable and I don't give a fuck about shoes. So I have no reason to get another pair. So I'm still wearing these shoes and they were like $130 when I got them. So like, it's whatever. So I'm like, oh no, I just really like these shoes. I've had them for a long time. They're super comfortable. And she goes, oh, okay. And she says this, and I quote, I just wanted to make sure you weren't a bum on the street. Now she says it in her defense. I'm pretty sure it came off very compassionate. Like that was my vibe. First of all, my initial response was, oh no, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. That was what I said. And then she we just kind of both laughed and she walked away. I'm realizing now based off her reaction, because I really do believe it was genuine. Like the vibe that she gave off wasn't at all like, oh, what's this like homeless bum doing in the middle of the mall? Like, I'm going to call security on this guy. That was not if I had said I was homeless, I genuinely think she would have been like, oh, here, let me like give you $10 or hey, do you want me to buy you a sandwich? Like I could be wrong, but that was genuinely the vibe I was getting from her. Like it wasn't an accusatory, condescending thing at all. She seemed very nice, but just really ballsy to do to a stranger in the middle of a public space like that. So yeah, I like immediately after that encounter, I FaceTimed Sammy and I was like, I think I just got called homeless. And I had this moment where like, I got up a couple minutes later and I went to the bathroom and I saw myself in the mirror. I'm wearing like a large winter jacket. I've got a ball cap on, these over-the-ear headphones. My hair kind of looks like, you guys can't really tell, but I haven't had a haircut in a long time. So it looks pretty under control now, but like it might have looked a little crazy out the side. So like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, maybe I kind of get where she's coming from. As a joke, I obviously didn't look homeless at all. But I think the shoes and the fact that I was like nodding off in public and the fact that I was like, maybe overly bundled up for what most people would be considered to be like normal bundled up indoors. She was like, I think this guy's homeless. But again, I think she came off very compassionate, but it was just, it was one of those like wake up calls almost. But again, I wasn't offended at all. I'm not, I take care of myself, but I'm not somebody that's going to take offense to that. So it made me laugh pretty hard. No, I don't have my computer out, but I'm wearing headphones and I've got my phone and I'm just sitting watching stuff. And the more I thought about it afterwards, I was like, the balls to go up and say that to somebody, because again, who I am, my reaction, I'm just going to end up being like, oh no, I'm fine. Thanks for your concern. Like that's who I am, right? I'm not confrontational at all. And also I'm not sensitive to that sort of stuff. Somebody commenting about my appearance in that way, because I know I don't look homeless. I don't give a shit. I don't care what this lady thinks. So, but what if I wasn't that person? What if she walked up to somebody else who wasn't homeless and she goes, I just wanted to make sure you wouldn't bum on the street, and they go, what the fuck did you say to me? Right? Like, that's totally possible, because that's a pretty strong accusation to make. If you assume that somebody's homeless and they're not homeless, they could take some pretty strong offense to that. But I guess it also makes you a kind citizen if your heart's genuinely in the right place and you approach somebody who you think's homeless and you actually are willing to offer them help. I think that makes you a nice person. Is that risk worth the reward though? I don't know, especially if you're like, I don't know, an elderly woman approaching a guy that you don't know. I don't know. There's that whole dynamic as well. It was a very interesting experience. But again, she seemed very lovely, and, you know, I don't think her heart was, I don't think she was being condescending or malicious or mean at all. I think she was genuinely a nice person. You clearly look homeless because you clearly are. That's true. Yeah. Well, we all know being a YouTuber isn't even a real job anyways. So by the time AI takes over my job, I'll be living in a fucking cardboard box. Anyways, so that's the story of me getting called homeless. Now, just be honest. Do you guys think I look homeless? Just be honest with me in chat right now. Give me your honest answer. I'll shed some light. Yes, no, just the beard. Acute homeless. Yes. Okay. I should not have asked.